Hi, I'm Steve Purcell from M60 Media, and today I'm going to show you how to hack a long exposure photograph. It's coming up after this intro. Now, photography is quite an expensive hobby, especially when you're first starting out and you're having to purchase all different bits of kit. Now, I'm a big fan of long exposure photos, and to achieve those traditionally, you would need something called a neutral density filter, and these can be really expensive. I use a Liebig stopper, which costs over £100. When you're first starting out, do you really want to spend £100 on a piece of glass? I don't think you do. Now, you can find cheaper alternatives on the internet. If you go on eBay or onto Amazon, you'll find a cheaper alternative, but generally they're not worth the money. They generally give a colour cast which isn't really very pleasing on the eye. So today I'm going to show you how to hack that long exposure. So let's jump straight into Photoshop and get on with it. So this first image is what I'm going to use to create the fake long exposure. Now obviously you're going to need to take more than one image and blend them together. So the first thing you need to do before you attempt this is to get your camera set up and take a number of exposures. This is taken at 1/50th of a second, and we're going to blend 20 of those together, which will create approximately a 16-second exposure, and we'll end up with this image. So let's jump into Photoshop and show you how to create it. Okay, so we've opened up Photoshop, and the first thing to do is go to File and then Scripts and load files into a stack. This opens up your browse box. You go and search for the images, the 20 images so we've taken. Click on the first one, Command or Control A, open those images. And at the bottom there's two options here: attempt to automatically align source images and create smart objects after loading layers. Now the first one, if you've not used a tripod, I would click on this. It takes a little bit more processing power. If you have used a tripod, there's no point in opening or ticking that box. So we just need to click and create smart object after loading layers. Okay, that, and Photoshop will start to import them into a stack. This takes a little bit of time, so I shall fast forward the video to get to the next stage. Now we're going to Layer, and we need to go down to Smart Objects and Stack Mode and click on Mean. And this is where the magic happens. This will do an average of all the photographs and then put them into your long exposure. Again, takes a little bit of time to do, so we'll fast forward through the video. And once that's finished rendering, you'll end up with an image something like this, and this is the effect we're looking for. Now I'm going to crop this in slightly to get rid of the very blurry bit at the bottom. You would do this to suit your own photograph, and then export it to a JPEG. It's really that simple. It's just quick and dirty of how to fake a long exposure photograph. Well, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or found it useful, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Also, leave a comment down below. I love to read those too. And I'll see you in the next video.